औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। Section 16 Welding Consumables. Welding consumables are defined as all that is used up during the production of a weld. This list could include all things used up in the production of a weld. However, we normally refer to welding consumables as those items used up by a particular welding process. Figure 16.1 Welding consumables: electrodes, wires, fluxes, gases. When inspecting welding consumables arriving at site, it is important to check for the following: size, type of or specification, condition, storage. The checking of suitable storage conditions for all consumables is a critical part of the welding inspector's duties. 16.1 Consumables for MMA welding. Welding consumables for MMA consist of a core wire, typically 350 to 450 mm length and 2.5 to 6 mm diameter, but other lengths and diameters are available. The core wire is generally of low quality rimming steel, as the weld can be considered a casting, so can be refined by the addition of cleaning or refining agent in the extruded flux coating. This coating contains many elements and compounds which have a variety of jobs during welding. Silicon is mainly added as a deoxidizing agent in the form of ferrosilicon, which removes oxygen as a deoxidizing agent. Silicon is mainly added as a deoxidizing agent in the form of ferrosilicon, which removes oxygen from the weld metal by forming this oxide silica. Manganese addition of up to 1.6% will improve the strength and toughness of the steel. Other metallic and non-metallic compounds are added that have many functions, include aid arc ignition, improve arc stabilization, produce a shielding gas to protect the arc column, refine and clean the solidifying weld metal, form a slag which protects the solidifying weld metal, add alloying elements, control hydrogen content of the weld metal, form a cone at the end of the electrode which directs the arc. Electrodes for MMA SMAW are grouped by the main constituents in the flux coating, which in turn has a major effect on the weld properties and ease of use. Table 16.1 Common groups of electrodes. Group: rutile. Constituent: titanium. Shielding gas: mainly CO2. Uses: general purpose. AWS A5.1 E6013. Group: basic. Constituents: calcium compounds. Shielding gas: mainly CO2. Uses: high quality. AWS A5.1 E7018. Group: cellulosic. Constituents: cellulose. Shielding gas: hydrogen plus CO2. Uses: pipe-root runs. AWS A5.1 E6010. Some basic electrodes may be tipped with a carbon compound which eases arc ignition. Figure 16.2 Electrodes tipped with a carbon compound. Figure 16.3 The electrode classification system of EN ISO 2560. E. Covered electrode for manual metal arc welding. 46. Yield strength in millimeter Newton per millimeter square. 3. Impact energy 4 PV, temperature degree centigrade for 47 joule minimum. 1. Nickel. Symbol. Chemical composition of all metal percentage manganese, molybdenum, nickel. B. Cutting type acid, basic, cellulosic, rutile, etc. 4. Welding positions. H5. Hydrogen content in milliliter per 100 gram deposited weld metal maximum. E4631 NiB54H5, the electrode classification system of EN ISO 2560. EN ISO 2560 superseded BSN 499 1994. Classification of welding consumables for covered electrodes for manual metal arc 111 welding of non-alloy and fine-grained steels. This standard applies a dual approach to classification of electrodes using methods A and B as indicated below. Classification of electrode mechanical properties of an all weld metal specimen. Method A, yield strength and average impact energy at 47 joule. Figures 416.4 typical example ISO 2560 AE4321 NIRR63H15. Method B, tensile strength and average impact energy at 27 joule. Example ISO 2560 BE XXX XXX XXHX. Figure 16.5 typical example ISO 2560 PE5516 N7A UH5. Classification of tensile characteristics. Table 16.2. Classification of tensile characteristics. Method A. Figure table 16.3. Classification of tensile characteristics. Method B. Other tensile characteristics, that is yield strength and elongation percentage, are contained within a tabular form in the standard table 8B and are determined by classification of tensile strength, electrode covering and allying element, that is E5516 and 7. Classification of impact properties. Table 16.4. Classification of impact properties. Method A. Symbol Z. Temperature for minimum average impact energy of 47 joule. No requirement. Symbol A. Temperature for the minimum average impact energy of 47 joule plus 20. Method B. Impact or 4 PV notch tensile temperature at 27 joule. Temperature in method B is determined through the classification of tensile strength, electrode covering and allying element. Table 8B, that is E5516 N5, which must be reached 27 joule at 75 degree centigrade. Classification of electrode characteristics and electrical requirements varies between classification method A and B as follows. Method A uses an alpha or numerical designation from the table as listed below. Method B, this method uses a numerical designation from the table as listed below. Further guidance on flux type and application is given in the standard in Annex B and C. Hydrogen scales. Diffusible hydrogen is indicated in the same way in both methods, where after picking the amount of hydrogen is given as milliliter per 100 gram weld metal, that is H5 is equal to 5 milliliter per 100 gram weld metal. 16.2 AWS 5.1 and AWS 5.5. A typical AWS 5.1 and a 5.5 specification reference given in box letter E8018G. A shows tensile plus yield strength and elongation percentage. 1B welding positions. 1 shows all positional. 8C electrode coating and electrical characteristics. Next one is G. Table D. AWS A 5.5 low alloy steels. G shows 0.5% nickel R and 0.3% chromium R and 0.2% molybdenum R and 0.1% vanadium. 16.3 inspection points for MMA consumables. Size, wire diameter and length. Condition, cracks, chips and concentricity. All electrodes showing signs of the effect of corrosion should be discarded. 3. Type or specification. Correct specification or code. Storage suitably dry and warm, preferably 0% humidity. Figure 6.16.6 inspection points for MMA consumables. Checks should also be made to ensure that basic electrodes have been through the correct pre-use procedure, having been baked to the correct temperature, typically 300 to 350 degrees centigrade for 1 hour, then held in the holding oven 150 degree centigrade maximum. Basic electrode are issued to welders in heated quivers. Most electrode flux coating deteriorate rapidly even when damp, so care must be taken to inspect storage facility to ensure they are adequately dry and that all electrodes are stored in controlled humidity. Vacuum packed control electrodes may be used directly from the carbon only if the vacuum has been maintained. Directions for hydrogen control are always given on the carton and should be strictly adhered to. The cost of each electrode is insignificant compared with the cost of any repair, so basic electrodes left in the heated quiver always after the day's shift may be re-baked and would normally be discarded to avoid the risk of hydrogen induced problems. 16.4 Consumables for TIG or GTAW. Consumables for TIG or GTAW should consist of a wire and gas, though tungsten electrodes may also be grouped in this, though it is considered a non-consumable electrode process. The electrode is consumed by erosion in the arc and by grinding and incorrect welding technique. The wire needs to be of a very high quality, as normally no extra cleaning elements can be added to the weld. The wire is refined at the original casting stage to a very high quality, where it is then rolled and finally drawn down to the correct size. It is then copper coated and cut into 1 meter length and a code stamped on the wire with a manufacturer or nationally recognized number for the correct identification of chemical composition. A grade of wire is selected from the table of composition, and wires are mostly copper coated, which inhibits the effect of corrosion. Gases for TIG or GTAW are generally inert, and pure argon or helium gases are generally used for TIG welding. The gases are extracted from the air by liquefaction, and as argon is more common in air, is generally cheaper than helium. In the US, helium occurs naturally, so it is the gas more often used. It produces a deeper penetrating arc than argon, but is less dense, lighter than air, and needs 2 to 3 times the flow rate of argon to produce sufficient cover of the weld area when welding. Downhand, argon is denser, heavier than air, so less gas needs to be used in the downhand position. Mixture of argon and helium are often used to balance the properties of the arc and the shielding cover ability of the gas. Gases for TIG GTAW need to be of the highest purity, 99.99%, so careful attention and inspection must be given to the purging and condition of gas hoses, as contamination of the shielding gas can occur due to a worn or withered hose. Tungsten electrodes for TIG welding are generally produced by powder forging technology and contain other oxides to increase their conductivity and electron emission, and also affect the characteristics of the arc. They are available off the shelf, 1.6 to 10 mm diameter. Ceramic shields may also be considered a consumable item, as they are easily broken. The size and the shape depending mainly on the type of the giant design and the diameter of the tungsten. A particularly consumable item that may be used during TIG welding of pipes is a fusible insert, often referred to as an EB insert, after the Electric Board Company of USA, who developed it. The insert is normally made of material matching the pipe base metal composition and is fused into the root during welding, as shown below. Figure 16.7, TIG fusible insert before welding and after welding. (16.5) Consumable for MIG or MAG. Consumable for MIG or MAG consists of a wire and gas. The wire specification used for TIG are also used for MIG MAG, as a similar level of quality is required in the wire. The main purpose of the copper coating of steel MIG MAG welding wire is to maximize current pickup at the contact tip and reduce the level of coefficient of friction in the liner, with protection against the effect of corrosion being secondary. Wires are available that have not been copper coated, as copper flaking in the liner can cause many wire feed problems. These wires may be coated in a graphite compound, which again increase current pickup and reduce friction in the liner. Some wires, including many cord wires, are nickel coated. Wires are available from 0.6 to 1.6 mm diameter, with finer wires available on a 1 kg reel, though most are supplied on a 15 kg drum. Table 16.5 Common gases and mixtures used for MIG or MAG welding. Gas type pure argon. Process MIG, used for spray or pulse welding aluminum alloys. Characteristics: very stable arc with poor penetration and low spatter levels. Pure CO2. Process MAG, used for dip transfer welding of steels. Characteristics: good penetration, unstable arc, and high level of spatter. Gas type argon plus 5 to 20% CO2. Process MAG, used for dip, spray or pulse welding of steels. Characteristics: good penetration with stable arc and low level of spatter. Gas type argon plus 1 to 2% oxygen or CO2. Process MAG, used for spray or pulse welding of austenitic and ferritic stainless steels only. Characteristics: active additive, gives good fluidity to the molten stainless steel and improves toe blend. 16.6 Consumables for SAW. Consumables for SAW consist of an electrode, wire and flux. Electrode wires are normally high quality and for welding carbon manganese steels are generally graded on their increasing carbon and manganese content level of deoxidation. Electrode wires for welding other alloy steels are generally graded by chemical composition in a table in a similar way to MIG and TIG electrode wires. Fluxes for SAW are graded by their manufacture and composition, of which there are two normal methods: fused and agglomerated. Fused fluxes, mixed together and baked at a very high temperature greater than 1000 degrees centigrade, so all the components fuse. When cooled, the resultant mass resembles a sheet of colored glass, which is then pulverized into the small particles. These particles are hard, of a reflective, irregular shaped, and cannot be crushed into the hand. It is impossible to incorporate certain alloying compounds such as ferromanganese, as these would be destroyed in the high temperature of the manufacturing. Fused fluxes tend to be of the acidic type and are fairly tolerant of poor surface conditions, but produce comparatively low quality weld metal in terms of tensile strength and toughness. They are easy to use and produce a good weld contour with an easily detachable slag. Agglomerated fluxes, a mixture of compounds baked at a much lower temperature and bonded together by bonding agent into the small particles. They are dull, generally round granules that are friable, easily crushed, and can also be colored. Many agents and compounds may be added during manufacture. Unlike the fused fluxes, agglomerated fluxes tend to be of the basic type and produce weld metal of an improved quality in terms of strength and toughness. At the expense of usability, they are much less tolerant of poor surface conditions and generally produce a slag much more difficult to detach and remove. Figure 16.9 Agglomerated flux. The weld metal properties result from using a particular wire with a particular flux in a particular weld sequence, so the grading of SAW consumables is given as a function of a wire or flux combination and welding sequence. A typical grade will give values for dot tensile strength, dot elongation percentage, dot toughness joules, dot toughness testing temperature. All consumables for SAW wires or fluxes should be stored in a dry, humid, free atmosphere. The flux manufacturers handling or storage instruction and condition must be very strictly followed to minimize any moisture pickup. Any reuse of fluxes is totally dependent on applicable clauses within the application standard. On no account should different types of fluxes be mixed.